All right, let me make sure. There we go. I think I've got everything correct now. Oh, I'm muted. So now we'll see if anybody shows up. I probably should have connected this to the Twitter, to the X, so to speak. So this can go here. Can go there, maybe? Himalayan shilajit with fulvic acid and trace minerals. Pure shilajit. Gluten-free. No, gelatin-free. No added sugars. Ashwagandha as a dietary supplement. So, oh, I see. Chicory root. That's pretty much all it's got. Tamarind and guar gum. So, what is shilajit? Look at that. Start going here. Let's see. Welcome. All right, so I'm gonna have to ditch some of this stuff, I think. I'm gonna ditch it too is the question. I'll ditch it to right. All right, so I'm not sure. Oh, crap. I'm not sure if I know. Well, I definitely don't know which bags are which here, so I might be able to tell a little bit about which order. Ergosplitten. Okay. Welcome. So we'll see if anybody else joins us tonight, and I'll say something. Let us know where you're joining from, so to speak. Let's see. How do I guess just look at like this. This thing. Let's see like this maybe. Give it a little bit of slack. Get this to I'm trying to get this thing to lock on. I don't know if you're hearing that or not. Let's see what happens. If we flip this to there, there we go, and then maybe go like this a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with a way to look at a table or something, but this will work for now. So I've got a couple of these different bags here. Maybe I should bring this down a little bit. Oh, I see. Loosen this up. Maybe loosen this up. There we go. And then bring this out to here, maybe. Like this. There, that's a little easier, I think. So I've got these bags that I use to store stuff in. They're pretty handy. These are made out of recycled bottles. And they've got these zippers on them, and it's like some of them have netting, some of them have like some clear plastic. So this is a bunch of patches from Loophole. And a bunch of these I bought. Some of them I got from off the tables and stuff. Some of them I traded. And then I bought a bunch of stuff at the AmericanSnipers.org. They must have teamed up with the tactical girls who do these cards, and I'd seen them at Wanamaker a bunch of times, but I didn't realize that each year they came out with a new deck of cards. So from American Snipers, I bought a set of these cards from each year, and I think somewhere on them they say what year they are. So 2020, 2024, 2017, 2015, 2014, and 2023. So yeah, definitely a spectrum there. So anyway, I got a chunk of those cards, and let's put them in my card collection. Got a bunch of stickers for people. And we got a couple of these 3D printed QRCs from Definition Knives. Got this Glock tool. I'll be taking that out. And I should make this one like all stickers probably, because this is mostly stickers right now. Oh, looks like I got a couple of these little push things. I think these are from Fat Tack. Guessing they're 3D printed. And this was a little 3D printed dude. All right, so there's some patches and stuff. Stickers, I guess, mostly. And I don't have a good place to put this stuff. All right, so this is more towards Nebraska. So let's get rid of this, which would probably be more of stuff from Goals. This is another one of those bags made out of bottles. Pretty neat. There's actually a really cool material. I like this. This is a recycled material. I dig it. And in here, yeah, this is the majority of the patches from there. So now I'm just going to put these decks of cards in here so that they don't get lost. And essentially that's all the gold stuff. And I'm almost positive I did a live at Goals and I put all those in the bag. So you can go watch that if you really want to see all those patches. So next, we've got 4 more bags here. They're not all very full, but I don't know why I have 4. I guess I kept opening up a new one instead of filling up one of them and going on. So these bags are designed to expand. So one set of zippers is to open and close the bag, and the other set of zippers is to expand the bag. This one is not expanded. So this one has stuff from Utah. So these are patches from Union Station, and I grabbed a bunch of those for Patreons. Oh, this was a boba place I went to. I've always heard about that boba food or drink, I guess. So I tried that. It's all right. It's kind of like eating rubber balls, I guess. Then this is a bag with, oh, this is from the, what's it called? The Military Vehicle Museum. And this was some stuff from their souvenir shop. So from my 50 BMG collection, I got this corkscrew. It's not that fancy. It's made in China, but the money goes to the museum. But what happens is you unscrew this, and I'm assuming this is all 50 BMG. It seems, I got hiccups. It seems like it's the right dimensions or whatever. But then that's designed to go on that way. So I don't have one of those until now. You see the bottle openers all the time, but very rarely, I've never seen a corkscrew. So, item for the 50 BMG collection. It's just something off the shelf, but still kind of cool. Again, I got it at the Military Vehicle Museum. So it's the National Museum of Military Vehicles. So I got a bunch of patches from there. I think these are all exactly the same. These were $5. So for $5, I decided to get 10 of them right away. So for Patreons, paying Patreons, like people throwing money at us, we've got patches for you. Uh-oh. Did that delete anything? What did I just do right there? I wonder if you could tell that happened from the video. They'll be saying nothing, so I'm assuming nobody's really watching tonight. So got some patches for Patreons. I'll not put that on the keyboard this time. Oh, and then I got another deck of cards. This one is USA posters of World War I and II. I don't think I own this deck. So 2008, made in China, unfortunately. But the money went to the museum, so decided to buy that deck. And maybe I'll put that in with that other bag so that all those cards are together. So from the J.M. Davis Museum, they did have those first patches here. These are from the Union Station, but they didn't have any patches for the Browning Museum, but they did have these pins. So pins are not my main thing, but I decided to buy a few of them. They're $10 a piece, so we bought 3 of them or 4 of them maybe. Again, Patreons can have those. Let's see. We've got the brochures from the Museum of Flight and Aerial Firefighting. So there's what are they called? Parajumpers, where they jump into fires, but then there's the airplanes that dump water on fires as well. So that's a museum that's in Wyoming for aerial firefighting. Pretty cool museum. Checked it out, and that's we got some stuff from there as well. That's what these are. So Hawkins and Powers Aviation. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at more of the stuff, the pictures I took there, but that's the patches from that museum. This one I got from Steven, Loophole patch. I'm gonna keep my receipts from all these different places, and I've been jamming them. Where was I? Just jamming them right over here. So next up sounds like another deck of cards. Oh, these. We won't even talk about those. All right, and then the Dug Up Gun Museum, the best museum in Cody, Wyoming, worth checking out. Got these from a rest area in Wyoming, but the only Wyoming patches I could get. I kept looking all over the place for Wyoming flags, and I couldn't find them anywhere. In this bag, feels like we got another deck of cards, and we do. So from the Dug Up Gun Museum, we got a bunch of their patches, stickers. I wish they had patches. They will have patches once I get some time, but for now, I got a bunch of their stickers. And about a deck of cards there. These are a reproduction olden days deck of cards. So looking forward to opening these up. We'll obviously be doing a deck of cards video at some point. Looks like I'm getting a bunch of bags over here. All right, so another Wyoming patch with that design. And then these are the Sheridan Wyoming patches, which is kind of cool. I like them because they have sort of an Arizona flag look to them. All right, we open this up and we get even more decks of cards. I guess I made decks of cards a theme this time. So these were $9, and they had a bunch of them actually. This is on a display rack with like a dozen, maybe easy, maybe even more than that. And I decided to go with the edible wildlife or edible wild plants. It's hard to know because they stuck the sticker right on top of there. I'll pull that off. And then this is the wilderness survival deck. I've got a couple of wilderness survival decks, so that'll be fun to compare at some point. These are all, oh shit, I'll shut up. Printed in USA. How cool is that? So wilderness survival deck printed in USA. And I'm pretty sure these are Canada because they don't say anywhere, but I'm pretty sure this is a Canadian distributor, and they do a bunch of stuff in Canada. All right, so then some more patches. Did they write on here? Of course not. These are made in Thailand. Interesting. But we've got the Shoshone logo, or the Shoshone Nations patch. These are all $13. These are pretty expensive. And then, I forget what she said, whose nation this was. But I've got a couple of those, bunches of them. But those on the Shoshone Nation. Also got a set of Uno Wilderness. I didn't even know they had this one, so that'll be interesting to check out. I like Uno deck. This was from like a wristband, I guess, to prove when you go to the J.M. Davis Museum that you paid or whatever, because there's a lot of stuff to walk around there. But I didn't put it on, as you can see. These bags are neat because once you're done with them, they roll right up. They're small. They're super strong. Oh, Guns for Everyone's out there. Welcome. Yeah, I was in a chat, and then I was setting up to do this one. I saw you guys were live. I don't want to cork people, so I was watching you guys, but you guys were pretty much ending right when I was getting ready to start. But I didn't get to see the whole show. I'll go back and watch it on the rerun. So this I saw at a little shop on the Shoshone Nation that was like a gun shop and everything. And it was a pretty nice gun shop, but they also had knives, and I didn't know they made these, so I decided to buy it there. This is a bug from Spyderco, but with the G10 handles. My bug has stainless handles, and I didn't know they made new bugs. So they make them in red, black, and blue, and I decided to get blue because I'm not weird. And yeah, that's awesome. I'm super digging it. They're $30. But they're real. That's a real Spyderco, a real blade. You could definitely take out an orange with this, fiddle with your fingernails or something. Like, this is a useful little tool. It's got a lanyard hole that's got a little bolster in it, or whatever you call it. Like, it's legit. I like this thing. So I'll probably end up getting another one for the tiny collection, and then this one will go in the tiny collection, and then I'll probably put one on a key ring or something, because that's the shit right there. So definitely cool. I didn't even know they made those, and they're so much cooler. I like this metal ones, but that one's so much cooler. All right, that was actually towards the end of the trip, but so what is this? This is it's just like a weird pouch thing that I started jamming stuff into. So let's take a look at some of the stuff I jammed in there. Some J.M. Davis patches. What are these, $5? Yeah, $5.50. So whenever they're $5, I try to buy 10. So we've got a bunch of those for Patreons. What else we got here? We went to the Daisy Museum. I think they ran out of patches. Like, they didn't have enough for me. So I bought like 5 of these, which are kind of cool. But then, if I remember right, look at these. Like, these blew me away. Look at how cool that is. They're embroidered, and they're just $6. But again, they didn't have enough for me to get too many, so I just got 5 of each. But that one blows me away. I like everything about that. That is cool. So, I mean, I'm going to keep one of each of these, but then Patreons can have the rest. What do we got here? Oh, I went to Buc-ee's finally. I didn't like Buc-ee's. I don't know about you, but I didn't like them. I did buy like $100 worth of shit from them, though. But that's one of the reasons I don't like them, is because I bought $100 worth of shit and they could care less. A lot of people were buying $100 worth of stuff. Let's put it that way. Before I got to Buc-ee's, I got to the Second Amendment Cowboy. They don't have patches or nothing. All they got is these stickers. I think they were like $2 a piece or something. They weren't very expensive, but I was able to get a bunch of them. So got stickers for folks that might want one of those. This is not just a bullet, it's a ballpoint pen. So I got that for the collection, even though I think it's supposed to be like a 30-06. Put that with that 50 BMG over there. Another item for the collection would be this shotgun shell knife. As you can see, it comes easily out of there. I just never bought one of these before. This was at the J.M. Davis Museum. I don't think there's a lock. And I think that's made out of wood. Maybe it's metal. So, got that. Something smells horrible in here. So those were PVC Buc-ee's, and they are sticker and Velcro. So that's not bad for, what, $5 or something? Maybe these were 10. These, I think, were 5. No, these were $1.99. What? $1.99 was one of the cheapest things in Buc-ee's. So I guess I got a couple of those. I probably should have got more than those. And then the Saunders Museum, they don't have nothing. So I got these postcards from them. I think they might have had some magnets. I shouldn't say they didn't have nothing. See, so it says first U.S. Marshall revolver. On January 6, 1847, the Secretary of War approved Colt's contract for the manufacture of 1,000 of these revolvers. Colt at this time had no factory. He contracted with Eli Whitney, son of the inventor of the cotton gin, to manufacture them at his plant in Connecticut. Colt's price to the government was $28 each, complete with appendages. So you can buy that gun back then for $28. And I think that's it out of this handy little sorting or organizer thingy. So we got some of the brochures from the Daisy Museum. I got some other brochures from the Saunders Museum. And definitely glad I got to see that Saunders Museum. It's been, me and Haas went by there in 12, and I didn't get to see it. Well, we decided to leave. I've had pictures of this book on the website forever. Now I own the book. That's pretty neat. I probably should have bought more than one. But neat little book. Hope to do some more visits to that museum. It is pretty awesome. This was a little Victorinox knife that I bought it at a place right before I left, and I've been using it on the trip. Handy little knife. So next is another bunch of patches here that were in this bag. You know why some of them were over there and some of them were over there? Maybe I was picking some of them out with just one of each. This is the one of each for me, I guess. These are the ones that I'm keeping. So we've got the Cadillac Ranch, which was sort of the Second Amendment Cowboy, but this had nothing to do with it, so I got it anyway. The Daisy patch, of course, the other Daisy patch, which is awesome, the Buc-ee's patch. So they did have a bunch of others Buc-ee's patches, and I just got one of each of these, I think. This one, I don't get it, 82. Maybe that's when they started. The girl Buc-ee's, that one's pretty good. This is an embroidered, no, this is a woven. So it's like the tag on the back of a t-shirt or something. It's like a woven, so it's pretty nice. But like a camo Buc-ee's. And then this Buc-ee Beaver, 1982. And then one of these. I should have got a lot more of these. I'll probably go back to another Buc-ee's and grab some more of those at some point. For $1.99. So that's a bunch of patches, actually. And those are just ones from, places that we visited, not from like Goals, where they were just, swag. All right, and then we've got this, which is kind of a handout that they sell for a couple of bucks at the Saunders Museum, and it's kind of a easy to read breakdown of some of the bad guys in the Old West days. And what's this? This was a map, I think, of the area. So getting to the Saunders Museum is no easy task. They're in Berryville, Arkansas. So Missouri is up here. Oklahoma's over here. Memphis is way down over here, like hours over here. Oklahoma is just an hour like that way. I don't know how far Missouri is, but maybe an hour that way. So interesting to get to, let's say. I mean, it's beautiful. It's just there's no straight lines. I think what I'm going to do is put all of these things back into this one, but I'll open up these others to see what else we got coming before I do that. So this next one is a little larger. So these others had I don't know what footprint this is. This one's a little bit larger footprint though. Here we go. See, these footprints are about half the size. But they're the same bag, basically. We'll open it up from here. And you can see right on the front there, the Museum of the Fur Trade on this bag. So this is just the bag from there, but that is definitely a cool museum. I guess this was my badge from Goals. And that means I got all my business cards in here. So, Goals. What am I smelling? Smelling something weird. Got myself another deck of cards, like in olden days. This is an 18th century English deck of cards. And I think they invented cards. I got this cool book at the Museum of the Fur Trade. It was only $8. And it's this little like handbook of all kinds of cool camp and trail methods. Definitely looking forward to checking that out. Got a bunch of the Museum of the Fur Trade patches for Patreons. I think those were $5 or something also. Then I got the Hawken rifle and its place in history. There's a lot of books there for sale, but mostly about like other things besides guns. So I tried to buy something there and something rifle related. So I got that one. This one is a quarterly of like a periodical. This one's from 2024, but this particular one has a really neat breakdown. I think it says something like 50 items that were used in the fur trade or something. I thought that was a cool kind of a breakdown. Let's see. This is a precision screwdriver set. And why do I have this with me? I don't know. I think I got this at a bin store when I was out there somewhere. Where's the... What do you just push? How do you even work this? Maybe it's literally not even automatic. Is that possible? Anyway, I have this little precision screwdriver set. I don't know why it's in here. I think I did get that at a bin store, so I don't know why it's in here. It is a cool museum. Do you do much black powder stuff? That's a good question. When I was a kid, I did. My dad liked black powder shit, so I definitely was around more of it than I ever wanted to be. And then, I mean, we owned a lot of it. And then as I grew up, I could care less about it. But then somewhere in the mix, I bought a couple of cap and ball things because it's really easy to shoot cap and ball versus like flintlock or something like that. So, and I found out in that era that you could pick up 7.62x39 brass off the ground, you know, spent cases, which are steel, so nobody wants them and they're useless. But if you turn them around backwards and put them into like a 30 cal black powder, they fire perfectly and they shoot pretty accurately. So that was like free ammunition. So yeah, I would bring out some black powder and either the pistols or the rifle, and we'd shoot that thing. We would just shoot 7.62x39 cases at stuff, which was pretty fun. That's about as much into black powder as I got. But I respect the black powder stuff. I understand it's difficult and all that. Went up to the Black Hills area and stopped at a Rittenforest Ranger Station. excellent crew. Like, they told me it's cool stuff about where I could fly my drone and where I could hang out and see stuff for free without having to pay to go into places. And then if I wanted to, like, how to get the best sites. So I had a great time learning stuff about the area from them. So I bought a bunch of patches from them. These were $5 that just say Black Hills. But then they also had a bunch of smoky ones. I thought these were pretty cool. I think I just got one of each. Well, maybe I got a couple of some. But that was kind of cool. And then they had these, and I think these are the ones that were more expensive. No, these were only $5 too. So what happened? I thought there was some that were, was it these? Some of them I thought were more expensive and were, maybe they weren't more expensive. They were just for the local something or another. So anyway, bought a bunch of patches from them. The stickers were free, but I thought they were pretty cool. They've got them for all the different uses. So you got your four-wheelers, you got your mountain climbers, you got your canoers, your jeepers. So I thought that was kind of cool. Have a bunch of different ones depending on your activities out there. I think I only tried to grab like a map of each state, like not 7 maps. I've done that in the past and nobody wanted them. So I just got like a map of each state. So Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming. This is an area when those rangers were telling me where to go around. This is the map they gave me. And then, yeah, that's pretty much everything out of that one. I can start to consolidate some of these a little easier now that I've taken everything out. And that's the goal, just get some of this stuff put away. And like, I don't want some of these books in with the patches just lost forever until somebody wants some of these patches. Nebraska is right next to me in Iowa. An Iowa believer, huh? I see how it is. So let's see what we got in here. Oh, so I was hanging out at Goals, and this place, Double Dog Concepts, hooked me up with a charging handle for an AR. So I got to put that in an AR someplace. Otherwise, this is just stuff that I got one time. I think I got this at a bin store also. It's a cool, like, anti-fatigue razor knife or something. This is my big Spyderco Manix 2 with the Axis lock, but I definitely need to clean it. The only thing bad about the Manix is that it's all riveted together, so I'm going to have to put this into like ultrasonic or something because it's so gummed up that it doesn't even run. But my friends out in Broken Arrow or Tulsa zapped this with the $70,000 laser or something one time. So that was pretty cool. So anyway, I carry this knife around, but I don't carry it daily because it doesn't close very good anymore. I got this. I couldn't figure out where to do with it. I'm going to put it somewhere in my gear. I just haven't figured out where. Where would you put this in your gear? An oleum knife. Yeah, it comes with like a hooked blade, but I don't really need it for that. So I just figured I'd have it for cutting things. This thing's kind of neat. Who knows what this is? I wonder if I'm allowed to show this on YouTube. And then a tiny fork, because unless you got no class, you're going to carry around a tiny fork. And is that it? Wait, is that it? That is it. Well, so that's the stuff that I ended up getting while I was driving around. So, yeah, thanks, Aldo, for joining in. A noise device? Yep, pretty much. Like a tripwire snare player. No, snare. You pull this pin, and then this thing can go. And when it goes like that. So you put a blank in there, and then you jam this thing someplace, and then put this back in here so I don't lose it. But yeah, pretty neat. Got that at the bin store also for like $1. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like a primed case. Okay, well, so that was the pile of stuff. If you're a Patreon and you're financially supporting the projects and the websites and whatnot, then this is for you. This is what we buy the stuff for. I'll add it all up. That's one of the other things I got to do is grab all those receipts. go through the credit card bills and figure out how much we left, because that's part of the goal of the Gun Show Loophole tour, is to keep the museums, the gun shops, gun shows. I didn't go to any gun shows this time, but to keep those parts of our industry is kicking, and if we can leave some money behind, that's what it's all about. Right on. So exactly. Thanks again for joining. And anybody's listening to this in the future, feel free to leave some questions in the comments. Otherwise, check it out. We'll be doing more live stuff. I'm hoping that this sounds pretty good. We got a new laptop sitting here. So this was all done on a new laptop, but with the old microphone. So let me know if the audio was okay. And we'll be back to, let me see if I have any of my stuff. I was so used to using this StreamYard. Yeah, look, all my stuff is still here. I just have to remember how to use it now. But, dang, what is this?
This is Earl Benson reporting from downtown Topeka, where Gizzard Gary is rampaging through the city. Authorities have asked the public to stay indoors. They believe he will tire soon and need a nap. Gizzard Gary can normally be seen on Foul Territory, Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central. Wednesday, 8 p.m.
Monday.
Stay safe and give him the bird. Earl Benson signing off.
Thanks, Earl. Earl, of course, is mistaken because it's Monday nights now, but right on. Hopefully, if you go to that one, you have a good time, you get some good stuff. Otherwise, we'll sign off. Thanks, everybody.